Hi everybody and welcome back to a new video. It's so lovely to have you here. My name is Rachel and I am a knitter and a sewist. So today I thought I would do a little catch-up video with sort of all of my makes that I made in April and May. There weren't like absolutely tons, but there were a few little bits to show you. So yeah, some nice springy bits now that the weather's warmed up. I did want to start the video by just saying thank you so much to everybody who sent me lovely messages and lovely comments on my last video. I shared that we've been having quite a stressful year this year, quite a difficult year, that we had to rehome our dog Rodney because he wasn't getting on, well, they weren't getting on, my other dog Pearl wasn't really getting on with him. He has now been rehomed, which was, you know, a really tough thing to do, but so many of you sent me really kind, lovely messages of support and checking in on me and checking I was okay, which is just so nice of you. Thank you so much. We have such a lovely community on here, like the crafting community on Instagram and on YouTube is just so lovely. So yeah, I really appreciated that. Hang on a minute, let me just, oh there we go, sorry, I thought you weren't in focus, but I think you were in focus anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for that. That's just been so lovely, like to read all the comments and like talk to people and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for your support. Hopefully things are going to sort of settle down a bit more now. I've had a bit more time for like knitting and sewing and things are a bit calmer and a bit more relaxed, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit naked because I haven't got any eye makeup on, because if you follow me on Instagram you might have seen that I had my first ever eyelash lift, which is something I've been really wanting to try. It's basically like a perm for your eyelashes, so like permanently curls them for like 8 weeks. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Oh, there you go, you can see my eyelashes. But yeah, you can't wear any makeup or anything for like 48 hours or whatever, so yeah, I'm feeling a bit like naked, but you know, whatever. I'm summery and tanned, well ish, tiny little bit tanned from the sun, so that'll do. But yeah, anyway, just wittering on as per usual. Let's get started with the makes. So I think I'm going to start off, I have 1 finished object for knitting and 4 finished objects for sewing. So let's go with sewing first. I've got a little list here because like, even though I've only got 4 things to tell you about, my brain is completely useless and I just can't remember anything at the moment. So anyway, the first thing I made in April was a strawberry blouse. So if you watch my video of my vlog going to the Stitch Festival in March, I picked up this gorgeous strawberry fabric from Fabric Godmother, which is one of my favourite shops. It's one of their own designs that they brought out. It was a viscose linen. It was mostly linen but a little bit of viscose in it, so it doesn't crease quite as much as linen. Beautiful, lightweight, perfect for a summer blouse. And oh, I can't remember the name of the lady who runs Fabric Godmother, but she was there wearing a beautiful Anthea blouse in this fabric, which funnily enough is actually what I'm wearing now. I'm wearing an Anthea blouse hack that's a dress. But yeah, she was wearing the Anthea blouse in this strawberry print fabric and I just thought, I need one. I need one of those. So I bought the fabric. It was 2.5 meters is what she said I needed, which actually I think turned out to be quite a lot. I've just cut out another Anthea blouse and I managed to fit it out of only 2 meters, although I did crop it, so I think for the full length you do probably need the 2.5 meters because it's a narrow width. But I'm so pleased with how this came out. I have worn it absolutely loads. I wear it a lot with my dungarees, which looks really cute, and I'm thinking I need to make myself like a pair of green dungarees or something to like go with the green leaves. Oh sorry, I just went to go and grab the blouse to show you because I thought rather than me just explaining, I went to a shop, a knitting shop near my parents, actually a knitting and sewing shop, like haberdashery, that's the word. I work in one but I can't remember the name of it. and I couldn't decide between red or green buttons, because you can see there's obviously lots of red and green in it, so I wanted something that was going to tie in, so I couldn't decide, so I just ended up going for both actually, and I think it looks really cute. So they're like alternating red and green buttons, which works really well. So yeah, that's a really cute little sort of unique design feature, and a few people have noticed that and commented on that. But yeah, I went for like the full Anthea sleeves, and as I say, it's lovely and blousy and cool, and it looks great with my dungarees. So that was my first sew for April. Which yeah, I'm really pleased with, and had a lot of wear out of it. It's like my go-to outfit now when I want to be like chill and casual and I don't want to wear a dress. I wear dungarees and that blouse. And I realised I need some more blouses for my dungarees, because blouses and dungarees are like a really cute little look, so much cuter than just like a t-shirt. And then my next make, which was also an April make, which I made for my birthday, well, it was actually, that's not true, I was going to make it for my birthday, but then all the stuff kicked off about having to rehome Rodney, and I ended up not getting it done in time, so it was actually just after my birthday, so I had it in time for the first bank holiday weekend in May, which was really lovely. I wore it out for dinner, and that is also a strawberry make. So I made the Mabel dress by Tilly and the Buttons, which was their new pattern, which they released back in March. I picked up the pattern at the Stitch Festival just a few days before it officially released, which was really nice to get that. And oh my gosh, I just loved it straight away. So it was so easy. The first one I sewed up was so easy. I was really surprised. It has shirring on the cuffs and around the waist, just like 5 rows of shirring, so just a small amount, which was really nice for me to sort of like, I've never really had a proper go at shirring, so that was really nice to like have a go at that, and it went really well. I read all their sort of tips on their blog before I started, and I did like a test piece on a scrap, and it all came out really well. I did the long sleeve version because at the time it was still very cold. Now it's warmed up quite a bit, but it was really cold, and I'm glad I did that because I wore it all the way through May and it was really chilly and I needed those long sleeves. And it's now like a really nice piece to wear on a slightly windier summer day, or like out for dinner in the evening when it gets a bit cooler. It's, yeah, I'm wearing it all the time. It's become like a firm favourite, and I've had so many compliments. And what's been nice is I've had a lot of compliments from people that just like random people out and about who obviously don't know that it's handmade. So like all my friends and family know that I make all my own clothes, so they're obviously expecting that when they say, oh, that's a nice one, did you make that? They know I'm gonna say yes. But yeah, there was like a random woman in Boots who was like, oh, I love your dress, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. And you know, have that awkward where you're like, do you say or not? Like I've always found that really difficult. I've started doing it a bit more now, but I was like, oh, thanks so much, I made it actually. And she was like, oh my goodness. And she was saying how much like the pink suited me with my dark hair, which was really lovely. So yeah, I'm so pleased with that dress. That fabric was entirely influenced by Brogan from the Crafty Pie. She bought that, and then she shared it on her stories with a 20% off code, so I got myself some of that. And I've got quite a lot left over because I was going to make it a maxi length with a big tier at the bottom, and then I just decided it actually really suited that midi length, and I'm glad I didn't, because as I say, it looks really good on. So I've got enough left, I think just about enough left to make a blouse. And I was thinking, oh, make something, you know, a bit different, a bit interesting, and then I was like, that fabric just works so well in that pattern. I think the Mabel dress, I've made another one which I'll show you in a bit in a cotton, but it works so well in a viscose rayon, like because you get that drape and that weight to it, and it just sits really nicely with all the pleating and the folds. So I think I'm actually just going to use the spare fabric to make another Mabel, but to make the top version and to make the short sleeve top version, so I'll have like a little peplum top to wear with jeans over the summer. So yeah, I'm gonna have 2 like Mabels, but it's not like, you know, the same thing, because obviously one's a top and one's a dress. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to making that, and it might look quite cute as well, like underneath dungarees and stuff. We'll see, it might be too low, but yeah, so I've got spare fabric to make that, so that's really nice to have that. So my next make was a Mabel dress, another one, like I said, which yeah, I made sort of second week of May, and I made this one in a seersucker cotton. Again, this fabric was from Fabric Godmother. I picked it up at the Stitch Festival. I just loved it. I just thought, oh, it looked so cute. I thought it looked very like summery and picnicky, almost a little bit sort of French countryside, and it works so well as a Mabel. It's a lot stiffer though, so that's the difference, is the one that I've made in the viscose drapes really nicely, whereas this one like sort of holds the puff quite well, which, you know, looks quite nice. You've got these big puff sleeves and this, you know, it's quite structured. It looks very traditional, like peasant dress in that fabric, so I do think it works. And you can get that fabric as well, the seersucker check gingham. They do it I think in 4 colourways. They don't have any more in the colourway that I've got, but they have like a purple lilac one, a pink one, a pale blue one, so it's a really lovely fabric. It's got that lovely texture from the seersucker, but yes, it's a lot more structured, but it's also very thin and blousy, like breezy, so it's going to be really nice for the summer, for the warmer days. Like this weekend it's forecast to be 25 degrees at the weekend, so that's quite warm for England. So it'll be really nice just wear with like sandals and sunglasses and stuff. I'm going to a market with my parents, so perfect little market dress. So yeah, really pleased with that one. I think, as I say, I do prefer it in the viscose, so I'm thinking that I may make, I think it lends itself a lot to like spring summer patterns, but I am tempted to try like an autumn winter version, a bit like when we get to September in a nice viscose. I'll probably do long sleeves, and then I thought what I would do is I would shorten it to knee length to wear with tights, because I wear tights and boots with dresses and cardigans in the autumn winter. That's just like my uniform. So I think it could be really nice to get like a nice patterned fabric, maybe like an Atelier Brunet fabric or something. I've never had one of those before because they're super spenny, and I feel like that would be a nice little treat. So yeah, I can't wait to make more Mabels. That is like one of my absolute favourite Tilly patterns that they've ever brought out. I think it's just easy but looks really great. So yeah, now on to my last sew. Let me just grab it. So this is my last sew. I'm hoping I've had time to get a picture or some video before I edit this, so that I can put that in here so you can see, because otherwise this isn't going to be very good really, is it? Because you can't really see what's going on. So hopefully I've got a little photo that I can just add in here and show you what these look like. But oh my goodness, do I love these. These are the Rose, I think they're the Rose pants because it's an American brand, but the Rose trousers made by Ray Patterns. This was a Makerly kit, so some of you will know that I've done social media content creation for Makerly in the past. I've done sort of like bits and bobs for them and had you know, boxes and things, and this is from their dressmakers box. Gosh, I can't remember, I think it was March's dressmakers box. It might have been April actually, I think it was April. And it's this beautiful stone washed linen with a fantastic drape. It's a lovely heavy linen, so it's just perfect for these long length trousers, wide leg trousers in a lovely lavender colour. Got pockets, it's got an elasticated back and then like an interfaced straight front waistband with these pleats up to the waistband. They are just gorgeous, so classic, so sort of like elegant. I feel amazing in them. They're so flattering, they're just like skimming, absolutely gorgeous. I want them in another colour because I love the purple, and I've made a blouse to go with these purple ones, and it looks really nice, but I don't have loads of things to go with them, but I love the trousers so much that I always want to wear them. So I work for the Cotswold Sewing Centres. I'm the social media manager for the Cotswold Sewing Centres, and we have got this linen in like loads of different colours, so I think I'm going to get some. I'm not sure what colour to get though. I think I might get like an off-white, and then I'm also tempted to get a red because we just got it in red. And as I say, this is honestly just the nicest pattern in the world. Such gorgeous trousers. This is the first time I've made trousers and actually really loved them, because I've made like the sapphire trousers and I made them in the wrong size when I first started sewing, so that was a complete fail. And then I have made the oh, what are they called, the everyday trousers are they called, by New Craft House, and again like the fit wasn't quite right because I think basically the space between the waistband and the crotch, there's like too much fabric, so it just kind of doesn't look great. So they just are like work from home trousers. They're like They feel a bit like pajamas. So this is the first time I've made trousers that I actually like really want to wear out, because you may have guessed by now if you've been watching my video for a while, I'm not really a trouser wearer. I wear dresses all the time. Sometimes I wear dungarees, but yeah, I'm trying to make a few things that aren't dresses. So I want to make myself some jumpsuits and some dungarees over the summer, and then like, yeah, try and make some trousers and stuff in the winter that are comfortable, because one of my main issues with trousers is that I have endometriosis and I have IBS, which means that I have quite a sensitive, sore stomach. It's often bloated, so the last thing I want to do is wear like tight trousers or tight jeans. Sorry, my camera just cut off. So yeah, the last thing I want to do is wear tight trousers or tight jeans. So I've been sort of experimenting with, you know, things like the sapphire dungarees I'd like to have a go with, because they just have a nice little waist tie, but then they'll be loose mostly around the tummy. These have obviously got a lovely elasticated at the back, so they're really comfortable to wear. They sit on the waist, because I find a lot of my pain is quite low, like in my pelvis, so I have things that are waisted, that's not too bad. So yeah, that's been really nice to kind of discover this pattern, and I feel like they would work as well. And you know, if I was managed to find like a kind of, not like a wool, but it like looks like wool, does that make sense? Like a fabric that, you know, is heavyweight like this, like a really heavyweight fabric, but sort of like has got like a tweedy pattern on it or something, could be nice for the winter. I don't know. Anyway, I really love this pattern, so I'll definitely be making another pair. So I've only finished one piece of knitting, and actually it was a bit of a fail. Oh, actually, that is not true. I have actually finished 2 pieces of knitting, but it's not like 100% finished. So let me show you the first one. So this is still waiting for its buttons, but it is a very cute little cable knit cardigan in sizes 3 to 6 months. I'll put up a picture because that probably didn't show you it very well. I'll put up a picture or a video or something of this little cardigan. It's not been blocked because I want to wait until it's got the buttons and then fasten it up and block it fastened. So I've ordered the buttons. I thought I had enough. I only had 4 and I need 5, so I've had to order some more. I tend to put little wooden buttons on children's knitwear because I just think it looks really cute. So yeah, 3 people in my life are having babies this summer. So 2 friends are having babies in August, and one, my sister is having a baby in September. So 2 girls and a boy. So this is for one of the little girls. It's the baby shower in July, so I'm wanting to get a few bits made for the baby shower. So I'm going to try and make, she doesn't watch my videos, I hope. I'm going to try and make a cuddly toy and another little something, maybe like a sweater or something. So she'll have a cardigan, a sweater and a little toy, knitted toy, to take with me to the baby shower in July. So yeah, I finished one and I'll get started on some of the others soon. I absolutely love baby knits. So if you've been following me since the beginning, which I'm not sure how many people have, I started my Stitch and Pearl Instagram back in January 2019, I think I want to say. I think it was 2019, and I was basically just knitting baby clothes and I was selling them. So I got really ill and I was bedbound, and I started learning to knit, and I decided to knit baby cardigans because I just thought that was like, felt less stressful than trying to knit like a whole garment for myself. So I was knitting tiny little baby cardigans for like nephews and things like that, and people started asking if they could buy them, so I started doing like you know, bespoke orders and stuff, custom orders, and that's sort of how I started. And then I started knitting more for myself as time went on, and now I don't really do any custom knitting at all. I only do like knitting for myself most of the time, sometimes for my husband and my dog, and every now and again for like when my friends have a baby, I'll make them something, or something for my nephews or something if they want something special. But I love baby knits. I love doing tiny knits because they knit up so fast and they're so sweet and they're so satisfying. So I am enjoying having all these babies to knit for. I'm doing like multiple different sizes, so this is 3 to 6, and then I think the sweater I'll probably do like 12 to 18 months, and I'll do the same for some of the others. So yeah, I'm having a really nice time like picking out all the colours. I've got a ton of yarn. This is what I used to use to knit for all of the bespoke orders, all of the custom orders that I used to do, and I've got so much left over, so I'm just using up the stash, which is great because I'm really trying to do that now. This year I'm trying not to buy too much fabric or yarn because I've got quite a lot in my stash, so I'm just trying to work through it. So that was a really nice stash buster. There was literally like the tiniest bit of yarn left, which was so satisfying. I was a bit scared doing the button band. It was like yarn chicken moment, but there was enough, and then there was enough to sew up with, and now we're done. So I was really pleased with that. It was like the tiniest amount left. And I'm obviously having a green theme because my finished object for me is also green. So you may remember that I went to Unravel Fest in February. If you watched that vlog, I bought a bunch of Along Avec Annie yarn, which I've been wanting to buy for a really, really long time. I was really excited to meet her and see all her beautiful yarn. I bought some of her double merino in her new colourway, which was Jade, which is a lovely pale green. It's sort of green, almost grey colour. I decided to knit myself a vintage sweater, so I'll put up a video or whatever so you can see what that looks like. Unfortunately, as soon as I finished it and tried it on, I didn't like it. I did like a really high ribbed band, which is like part of the vintage pattern, was to do this ribbed band, and I thought it would look really great and be really nice with dresses. And then I realised I didn't really have any dresses that went with that colour. I didn't really have any dresses that worked with it. Also, the weather was getting a lot warmer, and it was more of a kind of spring summer colour, and I just wished I'd made a cardigan. I kept like looking at my stash of fabrics of things that I was going to make and thinking how nice that cardigan would look with all these dresses. And yeah, so I've decided to change that up, so that's something I'm going to work on soon. It's knit in pieces, so I'm going to undo, like, it's been sewn up, so undo it all, take the neckband off, undo it all, so keep the sleeves and the back as they are, and knit up the front into 2 panels and make it into a cardigan. And I've got quite a lot of yarn left, so I've got enough yarn to do like a button band and everything. I've got, I think, a ball and a half left, a skein and a half left. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever done anything like that, but I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna do like a basic like crew neck cardigan. So yeah, just almost like halve the front basically, and knit it, and then pick up stitches for the collar and everything. I'm sure I can figure it out. But that's what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to get so much wear out of it, and I'm so excited to do that. We're now into June, and I'm like, oh, I need to get this done because I know I'm going to wear it a lot. If I can get it done in the next couple of weeks, I can get some wear out of it, and then I'll bring it back out again next year. It'll be really, really lovely for like February, March, April, because it's a lovely spring pastel-y colour. So yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment. Felt a bit sad to like finish that and to have it not quite right. It's always a bit of a like heart-sinking moment when that happens, but it is fixable without completely ripping back and starting all over again, so I don't feel too bad. And it's definitely like this year I've definitely been like, right, I need to think very carefully about what I actually need in my wardrobe and what's going to be the most useful, rather than spending all this time, especially with knitting, making things that I then don't wear. So it's been really good this year actually to start to really think about that. So like with my sewing, the things that I've got planned to make now are mostly all things like dungarees or elasticated trousers or comfortable dresses, because I work from home all the time, and I'm only wearing these dresses like at the weekends or if I go into work, so maybe like, you know, 3 times a week, so I need some stuff for the other days. And that applies to the knitwear as well, like not just the fancy lovely knitwear, but I need to make some like actual wearable stuff for during the day. So I think, yeah, I think it's good. I feel like I'm having a good sort of like realization this year when it comes to makes. Now that I can sew and knit to a standard that I'm very pleased with, I can now make some things that really work for my wardrobe. So yeah, that is the plan. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this little video about all my makes for April and May. I would love to hear what you guys have been making. What have you guys been up to? Let me know in the comments below. What are you currently working on? Are you knitting something or sewing something whilst you watch this video? Let me know. And yeah, lots of exciting things coming up. I can't remember what my next video is going to be. It's going to be good. I'm sure. So yeah, join me for more exciting videos over this summer with all of my knitting and my sewing, and maybe some crocheting as well. Actually, I'm having a crochet lesson in July, so keep an eye out for that. So yeah, it would be lovely if you could hit the subscribe button and join our little happy community of crafters. Also, you can follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see more of my makes and more of what I'm wearing and styling and things like that. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.